That's how the Lord's going to send fire on the earth.
What will I if it be already kindled? But
so it's going to be fires already kindled on the earth before the Lord even gets it.
Always said that.
All the nations like the European.
He destroyed their one for water. They're not going to destroy the water no more. Fire.
It's going to look almost like that right there.
World War Z, the movie, that's how the Third World War going to look similar to that, to the movie.
That's
That's brother already had it.
It says, but I have a baptism to be baptized with. How am I straightened till it be accomplished?
How am I straightened till it be accomplished? Okay? So the word straighten means a difficult position. And the Lord was basically stressed out.
Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division.
Rather division.
Yeah, they are.
13 and 8.
Zechariah 13 and 8.
Well, that was a good example of division. Okay? Of people coming up against us. You know?
Zechariah.
That was the Lord's doing. That was the Lord's doing. But rather division. Go ahead, 13 and 8.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
2 parts therein should be cut off. Read that again. I want to misquote.
Verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Yeah, so 2/3 of Israel that don't come back to the commandments, okay, as the prophets teach, because before the Lord destroys a kingdom or a nation, He always sends His prophets on into that nation before the destruction comes. Okay, so our job as Israelite men, as so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American men, we're supposed to teach the scriptures, teach about the destruction of Babylon. All right? Is everybody going to bring a third part through the fire? Okay?
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Third part of the elect of Israel, okay? Because all these people on this sign were really Israelites, all right? Where we at? From the so-called Native American, so-called American Negroes all the way down to the Mexicans. That's the word. These are the bywords that the other nations gave us, okay? But these are our tribes according to the Bible, all right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, and Issachar. Okay?
Where do you see you at? Where do you see you guys at? On the side. Puerto Rican?
Yeah, so we're all Israel. That's what the scriptures teach. The scriptures teach about the destruction of the other nations and salvation for the Israelites that lost their so-called religion. They went off keeping the commandments, went into different lands, started worshiping the customs of other lands, and became Gentiles. So what the disciples did, what Paul did, he went to the Israelites that lost their so-called religion and brought them back to worship the Most High. They were being called Greeks, they were being called Arabians, they were called Romans, okay? But they were actually Israelites. Some of them didn't really look like it, some of them didn't have brown skin, some of them had black white. But it's according to your father anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you look like. Like this brother right here, his father's a so-called Puerto Rican, but his mother is Edomite, or we believe is Edomite. Well, it looks like an Edomite would say that. It looks like an Edomite.
So-called white person.
But his father is a Puerto Rican. Okay, same thing for this brother right here. His father is Puerto Rican. That's about my complexion. Yeah, he's about my complexion.
Basically, he is
my complexion. Yeah. But their mother looks like an Edomite. Okay, but the nationality comes from your father, from the seed. Right? So it doesn't matter what you look like. It's according to the seed. Okay, and really it's according to faith overall. You gotta have faith in the words of the Lord. Right? And the commandments are pure. Scriptures, precepts. Come on. I want some more faith. First Corinthians.
This is 1 John chapter 4 verse 1. It says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
2 and 1.
1 John 2 and 1. My little children, these things write I unto you, that ye sin not. If any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Advocate with the Father. So if we sin, we have forgiveness. Advocate, which is the Lord, and so-called black man according to the Bible. Right? But
The
advocate
advocate
is like a lawyer, somebody that stands in for us when we sin. But
with the Father, Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the righteous. And he is a propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only.
propitiation means to appease the anger. So when we sin, once we know the truth, when we sin, the Lord steps in and covers us with his blood. He forgives us for our sins. Right? But before you come into the truth, you got to clean yourself up. There's certain things you can't do. And follow dietary laws. You got to walk as an Israelite man and Israelite woman. Right? Yeah, so you can't, listen, Ephraim, you can't eat pork. What do Ephraimites eat?
Okay.
Or the Shemai wine.
Oh, Shemai want to be.
The fat.
They like hearts and fat and like a lot of organs.
Yeah, you gotta eat kosher. Okay, and
This is the thing you can't.
these foods are not healthy for you. These foods are not healthy for you. And the Lord wrote commandments. All of them. These are all abominable tables.
Shemai want to eat snake.
Leviticus and
Simeon eat snake.
Snake?
Yes, Dominicans eat snake. Love that
What the
snake.
can
Scallops. Mushroom.
You can't eat shrimp.
No,
can't
no,
eat shrimp. That's a scavenger. It basically eats shit. It eats dirt. It eats shit.
Yeah.
It eats dirt.
Shrimp basically
Basically, you
feed off the
are what you
carcasses of dead animals. Dead
There
fish.
you go. It feeds off the carcasses of dead animals. So
And then don't have to
put that in your
yeah.
body that makes your temple, which is your body.
You know, a lot of these like shrimp, a lot of them don't cut that shit vein in the back. Like there's a vein that's actually supposed to cut out and remove. You literally, a lot of places don't cut that vein out, and you're literally eating the shit.
Well, the animals are clean to begin with.
Yeah, and then the body itself don't have the organs to break down what it's eating. Like clams, another thing with clams, it's like when you actually eat the shit that's in the clams because it don't.
But that's good 'cause I don't eat seafood.
I mean, there's certain fish that's good for you, like haddock,
tilapia, whiting, salmon, tuna.
yeah, tuna. I mean, but you're not supposed to be eating crabs, lobster, shrimp. No, pork is definitely a huge pig amongst the Latinos.
Well, all the tribes.
Yeah, all the tribes. I know a lot of times when you tell people you can't eat pork, it says it, they don't want to hear it no more. So, yeah.
But if you receive it, that's the Lord commanded us to keep the commandments.
I mean, but
So you gotta listen to what he says.
But this is something, once you find out, once you realize that you're not supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to, try your best, and, to not eat, and put it away. Smoking's another thing. You gotta put smoking away.
I'm going to get Leviticus.
I got Deuteronomy actually. Deuteronomy 14 and
Take a picture of that?
yeah. You want me to start? This is Deuteronomy 14 and I'll start from verse 3. No, I'll start from the first verse. Deuteronomy 14:1. Ye are the children of the Lord your power. You should not cut yourselves nor make any baldness between your eyes to the dead. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power.
We're holy.
Yeah.
Holy means separate.
Yeah.
Okay, we're different. We're separated from the rest of the nations. Okay?
And
So we're not supposed to behave ourselves and carry ourselves in the ways of the other nations, like a beast.
It says, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all nations that are upon the face of the earth, upon the earth. So there was a select few that were chosen amongst everybody. And that's these 12 right here. So everyone else that you don't see on here, like the Chinese and Japanese, were actually underneath all these people. That's just how the Lord chose it. It says, above all nations that are upon the earth, thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the feasts which you shall eat: the ox, the sheep, and the goat, the hart and the roebuck, and the fallow deer, which the hart and roebuck are all types of deer. Yep. It says, and the wild goat, and the pygag, or bison, and the wild ox, and the camels, and every beast that parteth the hoof and cleaveth the cleft in two claws. So it gave you a description of what animals you're allowed to eat. Basically, any animal that have a parted hoof, which is like a cut in its hoof, and then it says, and then chew it the cud, which is pretty much regurgitated food, like chickens. It chews it and then re-chews it again. The thing about pig is, I believe, it tells you, but it has a cloven hoof, but it don't chew it the cud. Yeah. So I mean, and then like a horse, you can't eat a horse because it don't have a cloven hoof. It has a, you know what I mean. So that's how you chew it, even though it chews the cud. So it gave you a list of things you can eat, but it also gave you a description of what you could look for. So that way you know, okay, well we can eat this type of animal. Going on, it says, nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that cheweth the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof. as the camel and the hare and the coney. Hare would be a rabbit. It says, for they chew the cud, but divide not the hood. So the rabbit, it chews the cud, but it don't have a cloven hoof. It has, rabbits, but it's not cloven hoof. It says, therefore they are unclean unto you. Now it says, and the swine. You know what a swine is? It's another word for pig, boar, hog. That's basically what a swine is. It's a pig. Because it divides the hood, that's what it is. Yet cheweth not the cud. It is unclean unto you. You shall not eat of the flesh, nor touch of the dead carcasses. So a pig is so foul that when it dies, you're actually not supposed to touch it. Now, a pig has its purpose, though. I mean, we don't curse out pigs. I mean, pigs have their purpose, but they're more of like a garbage disposal. Like, are you familiar with the cartoon Flintstones? Their garbage disposal was actually a pig. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having pigs. There's nothing wrong with having these animals that are unclean. You're just not supposed to eat them. That's just how the Lord said. You're not supposed to eat pigs. It says, these you shall eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall you eat. And whatsoever hath not fins and scales, you may not eat. It is unclean unto you. So that's all the fish. So you can eat that have scales and fins. So like if you wanted to eat a certain type of fish, yeah, and you didn't know if it was clean or not, you would know by it having scales and fins. Now the catfish has scales, but it has fins, but it don't have scales. The shark, don't have scales or scales. So that's how you can cross them out as not being something that you can eat. Yeah, crab don't have scales or fins. It's just a hard shell. Shrimp, oysters, clams. No shellfish. It says, yeah, it's going to say it. It says, these you shall eat that are of the waters. All that have fins and scales shall you eat. And whatsoever hath not fins and scales you may not eat. It is unclean unto you. It says, of all clean birds you shall eat. But these are they of which you shall not eat. The eagle, the ostrich, the osprey, and the glebe.
Yeah, like you got the Chinese, they like to eat duck. Duck is an unclean. Duck is an unclean animal, man. He ain't supposed to eat that. He ain't supposed to eat.
Oh, bloody steak, that's another thing. If you're gonna get meat, it has to be fully cooked.
Yeah, steak tartare, that's no good. Eat anything without blood in it.
Yeah, you have to fully cook your steaks, fully cook your food. People, they like to say that because of it being raw, you get the more protein. That's bad. That's bad to be eating raw meat.
Basically, out of the truck, the only thing that's basically pork.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta put that away. And then just by doing that, you're already showing fear to the Lord. That you're seeking the truth. Because that's our main.
I eat chicken.
Yeah, you can eat chicken. Yep, chicken's on there. Yeah, chicken, lamb, some.
I eat tuna fish.
Yo, tuna fish is good. Yep, tuna fish. Cow, beef. You can eat
That's
beef.
the only thing I eat. Tuna fish and pork and chicken.
Yeah, so you can eat chicken. You can eat tuna. Like I said, remember, you have the picture. It's got on the picture. You can look. It will tell you Leviticus 11:1-47. It'll tell you everything that you can and cannot eat. So,
In Deuteronomy.
yeah, and